Mike Jakovic is a 2016 Pushcart nominee. His poetry and his musical criticism have appeared in over 500 magazines and periodicals. He is the author of the full-length collections Smitten by Harpies and Shiny Banjo Catfish, the chapbooks Eve's Venom and Purgatory Road, and the anthologies Water Rights and Riverine, and Will Work for Peace. He is the president for Calling All Poets in New Paltz, New York. Mike, welcome.
Woo. Thanks, everyone. Nice to be back here at the Bowery. I ping-pong between machines for what? To calibrate my steps towards the dirt nap? To tend my cell, my contusions? To email the news of a fellow colleague's imminent promotion from this warring plane? Praying the bantam shifts I confess strike God's fancy as alternate plans to push the days forward, not back, because falling from fuck to fascism wears you down. Deletes your decorum, makes for uncivil discourse, and thus this poem. I've decided to sit this one out. I'm just going to report the news, see if it makes you squirm. Why not? I've earned it. I did the student demonstrations and the picket lines. I stayed on strike writing protest songs and poems. I walked the rallies, painted signs, got out the vote. I called out Reagan, Clinton too, Bush and Obama, got my calls, my letters, my texts. I wanted Glass-Steagall and really, really, really wanted free weed. I stood and acted with Occupy and sent anti-war videos to Cheney, who perhaps watched them, but I don't know, so go ask his state biographer. I recycle and I pray and I volunteer and encourage you all to imagine, and I canvass and harass, and look where we are. On the brink of admitting everything that I foretold, that privilege and policy do not mix. They make big rooms for bad men and must-see TV, but that's really about it. That's all you'll get from this school of thugs, and the fire will purify this time. This is an old one I've been doing a lot with. And it's called Half Shitty Days. So you see, there are good days and bad days, and then you have your half shitty days, which I believe most of us will testify to having most often than not. Half shitty days really have no point of start or departure. Maybe you wake up feeling grand, but soon burn the toast or step in cat shit. Maybe a car hits a skunk just in front of your house. Perhaps you drop the soap in a shower and whack your head on a towel bar. Maybe the ride to work smooths things out, but the job sucks. And then what? 8 hours of suck? It sounds like a really good porno movie, but really, who the fuck is going to last that long? All right, I understand. So the lunch break breaks the monotony, and the jazz blows blue on NPR. But soon you drop a hammer on your foot, or the fly in the ointment drowns in your coffee, and it's a fucking shitty day. And just like that, you're caught in the traffic home. No one uses their signals, so you almost rear-end the guy in front of you. That anxiety wears off when, from out of nowhere, comes a kid and his daddy's after, cutting you off, flipping the finger as he heads off to produce another illegitimate that you know will pick your pocket somewhere down the line. But up ahead, all is well. And then what? Who knows? Maybe your better half's had a whole bad day, and when compared to your half shitty day, well, who knows? Maybe they've had a good day, and that sunshine will make your half shitty day really a quarter of a shitty day. I mean, who knows? Who knows when half shitty days become one or the other, good or bad? Who knows? Maybe that's the chore of being. Part of CAPS, we were doing a reading in Ellenville, New York, and we were going to see a concert, and I got out of Ellenville really early. It was called Escape from Ellenville. A child of the highway and wine, still doing what I did decades ago. Jazz and the sad memento, following me through town and ambulance city escape. Monk's mood, the train blowing by the riverside, finding the notes, coursing the curves. The sun in the east and west rising, falling, like love itself. Bridges, streams, the four-way stop. She tailgates with lipstick. Monk approves. Train bops free, rising, falling, like love itself, always in the foreground. The background, always on the downbeat, the 16th, the whole rest, the left signal right, like love itself, particular yet pesky. Of wayward origin and design. Stick figure shadows dance in mass, post road, turnpikes, 32 bars, and out. I never did get back to Topeka. What was the point? There was bullshit in every direction. Just like here at the Bowery, up and down, forward, back, horizon to horizon, moon to moon, and grandma's down 8 fingers and falling into her chili and chips as Pop swears a quick drawer. And little Lena gets off the bus and walks into the dimlit gin house that only the brave defy. Which is why I'm here, hiding behind happy hour. My religion lost, my faith failing fast, each dark minute hauling itself forward, towards the water, towards that last small morsel, towards the dead legends I call my own and number myself among. We jump off in droves, the chasm yawning, the darkness rushing by, the mothball freighters falling twice as fast. Just grow soldiers, they say, reminding me a lot of what I heard back in Topeka, where prairie winds blow rust and the water mains burst, just like that. Just like everywhere else neglected by its people. Dismissed as a political problem when in fact it's a cultural one. A question of folklore and the lack thereof. No present, no past, no holds barred when it comes to demise and the dollars it generates. Squalor, contempt, a breed I've indebted myself to. A very ruined lineage, just like Topeka. I was a huge Linda Ronstadt fan, and lately, because of an accident that happened to my wife, we've been in a lot of doctors' offices, and there was Linda Ronstadt on the cover of a doctor's magazine because of her Parkinson's. And it just like really fucked me up. And so this is called Shame Day. I just never thought I'd ever read a magazine with Linda Ronstadt on the cover and hemorrhoid relief, the shared headline. The header, the footer, each one proclaiming in 26 font the need for a pill or a pet, eye and ear and nose repair, barnacle extraction, and less caustic reminders that our hour is near. God, she was gorgeous, with eyes like wet moons and a voice that shamed the angels. Now it's Lasix and remedy, stroke and contrition, each our own ache and pain and burden, dog-earing pages lest we forget. I know the city streets are always under construction here. I don't know how the hell you guys do it. Just to get to my house up in Wallkill, New York, there are 6 different detours. So I have to go 16 miles out of my way just to get to my house. And this is called subtle bourbon. This official county evacuation route is the perfect place to drop a bomb. A big boy, a fat boy, the mother of them all, who cares? Drop it and watch the roaches scatter, their metal machines melting, encasing them in death. The rich, fat Connecticut baldy, the sexters, the texters, the multiplexers and soccer moms, their children, and the child is eating their own American frenzy. Oh man, the joy and the rapture and the laughter, the rapture of plastic policy. Craters, sinkholes all fall down. The desperate prey, the disparaged loot. Me? I'm going to piss laugh myself into the final narcolepsy. I'm going to call this game as I see it. A giant screw-up. A farce where the clowns rejoice and the fiddlers tune. And I'm going to close with this one. It's called Cloudland. I came upon a man bruising himself with stones. The Orange King decrees it, he cries. The gravel cutting his skin. The blood pooling at the base, at the foot of a wall. It's meant to keep us in, not them out, I told him, or I tried to tell him above his chanting. But his children soon joined in. And then his neighborhood. And then his church. And his union hall. As the king's men stake their claim, we assemble at Potter's Field in very colorful rags and banners. But an army sharing selfies soon defeats itself. I've tried real hard to keep politics out of this stuff, but I just cannot. We either advance each day or we don't. And some of us here will make it, and some will fall, and some will turn, and others will make the day. Thanks, Bowery.